Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Black Widow, issue number 2. This was a fun issue. We're going to talk about who made the comic book. We're going to talk a bit more about the comic book after that. So Kelly Thompson is the writer, Elena Casagrande is the artist, Jordi Belair on colors, VC's Corey Petit doing the letters, Adam Hughes on covers, whole bunch of people doing the variant cover. Let's see if I remember this. I just looked it up like 3 minutes ago, something like that. Stan Lee, Don Heck, and Don Rico created the Black Widow. I don't know why Don Heck gets credit for co-creating Thor. He doesn't get credit for creating Black Widow. I mean, sorry, is she not a fantastic character? I'm just curious in general, like, why is it? Plus, it's one of the few characters that Don Rico gets credit for co-creating, so why not remember this man's name, right? I mean, the guy died in 1985. He's not making any new characters. I'm saying. I was 10 when this dude died. Like, this dude was in Timely Comics. He was one of the guys who worked in Timely Comics before it was Atlas, before it was Marvel. That's wicked. All right, Golden Age. I just wonder why some characters get the treatment of telling you who the creators are, and other characters it's like, whatever, who cares, right? That's a weird one. Anyway, so this issue was a lot more straightforward than the previous issue. I did what I could with the previous issue. Apparently I got everything wrong. More on that later. But in this one, it was very linear, like almost painfully linear. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, it was very from here to here's point A, here's point B, you're reading everything in between. You know what I'm saying? We get Winter Soldier and Hawkeye, and they're spying on Natalia. She's got a husband, and she's got a kid, and she's got a life, and she can't remember Clint. We know this because Clint, of course, goes up and tries to have a conversation with her. Now, she's a little bit too damn nice. Maybe it's because she did recognize him somewhere, but look, I'm saying, I know it's Natalia. I know that she can kick my ass, your ass, everybody's ass. Like, all of us are just names waiting to be taken after our asses are kicked. You know what I'm saying? To Natasha, forget about it, right? But I mean, when push comes to shove, it's like, is it not the creepiest thing in the world that a dude comes walking, like not even from the sidewalk, but comes walking right up to your open garage talking about, hey, nice bike. Yeah, of course it's a nice bike. I own that bike. You know, the toy version. My wife would murder me if I bought another freaking motorcycle. No. No, you know what? Now that I'm thinking, I'm around that mid-age. What is that? What's that called? Midlife crisis. I'm around that age. I'm 45. I think I can get away with a midlife crisis motorcycle. I think I'm going to attempt it. But it's winter time and I live in Canada, so F that. You know what? This summer, we'll see what's up. Anyway, so for now, she's got and it ain't going to be no crotch rocket like this. I'm going hog. I might go for a Triumph, all right? I might go British on this one. Anyway, yeah, just like Clint, I actually know bikes also. And like, he shows up and he's just talking to her, and she's way too accommodating. Like, she turns her back to him and stuff like that. It's like, how are you trusting of this complete stranger who came walking up? And it was weird to me, man. I'm like, nah, bro, like, I wouldn't be that comfortable. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's a nice bike, thanks. Hey, have a good day. I'm really busy here. I'm making a bomb. Which she doesn't actually do that yet. That happens later in the book. Anyway, maybe I'm telling the truth. Maybe I'm joking. You have to buy the book to find out. I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Arcade is watching her. We saw this in the previous issue. There's this blue-haired chick, and this is also freaking me. Look, I have never in my life had a babysitter for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, my first wife stayed home with my kids, with our kids. That was a really boneheaded thing to say. And the young kids that I have now, they don't need babysitters anymore. But now my new younger kids, this is a freaking weird conversation. Like, no, I've never had a babysitter. I stay home with them. You know what I'm saying? I work from home, not just Comic Book University. And you know, my wife actually travels to work. So, I mean, like, I'm the stay-at-home dad. I'm the one that helps with the homework. I'm the one that helps with all this stuff. I don't do babysitters. Babysitters scare me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've had people, they like me and my wife's chemistry, or they like my personality in a store. And this has happened more than once. And they're just like, oh my God, you were awesome. Like, do you guys have kids? And it's like, yeah, we have kids. Or, hey, do you have kids? Yeah. I'm just remember the most recent time that this happened. And it's like, I would love to babysit for you. And it's like, you like my personality, so you want to babysit me? That's a weird thing. That's a really weird thing to say. I'm completely freaked out by you right now. Yeah, no, sorry, don't talk to me anymore. Bye. And that's about how the conversation goes. Why? No, don't look for a job. Put an ad out in the paper, okay? How about that? Okay, I'm old. You could do it on freaking whatever, someplace on the internet, okay? Maybe there's a job board for babysitters someplace. Kijiji and the American version, Craigslist, okay? Do it there, but not here. Not in a store. Don't get me in a freaking grocery store talking about, hey, I'd like to babysit your kids. Hey, I'd like to get a restraining order. Anyway, this is my life. This is my crazy freaking life. Yeah, dude. I really like this book. Now, here's some fun things that I saw. One of the things that I saw that I really hope we see 1,000 more of, she named her cat Logan. Sound like somebody she knows? Sound like somebody we're all familiar with? If we see little things, like I want her to have 2 goldfish. You know what I'm saying? One named Tony and one named Steve. Like, I want to see stuff like this, where she's like, little bits of her memory are kind of coming out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and they've got to be like, both of these fish have to be going at each other all the freaking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the time. I want her to have like a little freaking, I don't know, like just something, I don't know, just like a big dog named Thor. Better yet, a little dog. This is like a joke in my household. I want to get a dog named Cat, or at the very least a dog named Zeus, but it's got to be a little dog. It's got to be a little purse puppy thing, and just name it Zeus, something powerful like that. And that's what she should do. Get a little tiny purse puppy dog and name it Thor. I would love to see some stuff like that, Either way, we see the cat. That's good enough for me. I'm there. I'm there for it. All right. When I see Bucky and Clint, and they're seeing that she's happy. Now, obviously, this isn't her kid. They're doing the timeline. They're doing the math. This can't possibly be your kid. And yet, they're like, but she seems happy. I'm getting flashbacks. And some of you guys know exactly where I'm going. For those of you who are a little bit behind on this, I'm talking about Avengers issue number 200. Some of you guys are like, wait, well, what's Avengers number 200? Most of you guys are just like, yeah, F Avengers number 200. The worst comic book that has ever been made in the history of comic books. It's not a DC. It's not an independent. It's a Marvel. It's a freaking Marvel. Avengers issue number 200, where, in a nutshell, spoilers, Carol was raped by her son. Carol was mind-controlled and dingle-dongled by the person who would inseminate her, and then he would die of old age, but then she would rebirth that person who did that to her, but it would be obviously her son now, and that would be like a cycle forever. Yo, Marvel Comics needs, and it's even worse because her friends were like, well, she seems happy. We should let her go. And I swear to God, you want to talk about Captain America and every single, even Tony Stark, like Tony Stark is a dick, and somehow like he was even written to be such a jerk. It's like, did you, what's this now? They just let her go. So I'm saying, if Clint and freaking Bucky go and let her go, like, she seems so happy, I am personally comic bookizing myself and slapping some fools silly. I will rip that metal arm off and beat them both to death with it. Like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Somebody freaking call in the National Guard. Because, like, no. And by the way, no. We're not going to have Avengers issue number 200 again. Not on my watch, mother fat heads. So look, I'm saying, those two dingleberries better issue number 200 this. Because no. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. This was a fun comic book, all right? And absolutely positive it's going to keep going in a good direction. The previous issue was hard for me to follow linearly. I had to try and, like, I'm a math guy. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to make a logical sense to me. So if I don't understand what's going on, I'm going to try and timeline things to try and, chronicleize what's happening here. And I apparently screwed up. And this person named Kelly Thompson, who may or may not be the person who writes these comic books, actually had to go and get on my freaking comments page and set me straight. Am I mad at it? I'm mad at it. I got way too good of a sense of humor for it. You know what I'm saying? And she definitely wasn't angry at me about it. I hope. But, like, it is what it is. One, you guys know I do reviews for you. I don't do reviews for the creators of a comic book. And the creators of the comic book usually know that. Every so often you get a creator of a comic book who shows up and is an absolute jerk and like, you mispronounced my name. You're stupid. Mother fathead, show me another YouTube reviewer that names everybody's name in the first place and also apologizes when they get a name wrong. I'm trying. Anyway, so like Kelly is totally awesome people. And her choosing to take the time out of her day to say, no, you actually got everything wrong, boom, 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 boom. Like I said, I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at that in the slightest bit. I can't be. I looked at that as I screwed up. And I didn't respond because I didn't respond there because it's as simple as you screw up, you screw up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It is what it is. I didn't understand what was going on. Maybe a little bit is on the writing. Maybe a little bit of it's on the art. Maybe a little bit of it's on me. I don't know. The first book was screwy. It's okay. You know what that basically means, though? This could very well read better as a trade. Either way, zero of those problems here. The cover is point A, the back cover, rest in peace, there's another one inside by Ta-Nehisi. This is point B. You want to get from point A to point B? Go in a straight line. This is a very linear book, very easy to understand. Reading what I read in here, super easy to put in place what had happened in the previous issue, which only goes to cause me to want to re-clarify myself and reinforce the one thing that I said that probably was right in the previous issue, and that is, if it's hard to understand, or if a test audience, anybody thinks that it's going to be hard to understand a book, maybe it's in Marvel's best interest to, one, never make a Avengers issue number 200 again, retcon that crap with the quickness, but with this, maybe an issue 1 and an issue 2 should actually be a double-sized issue 1. Just so that it's easier to understand. And maybe Marvel isn't cool with that. Don't know. Don't care. But if issue 1 and issue 2 would have came out at the same time or would have been in one single issue, it would have been so much easier to understand that first issue. It is what it is. What's done is done. And maybe it was necessary for the story to come out the way that it did in order for us to understand something in the future. I'm not here to make judgments like that. I'm here to read and review a book based on my understanding of it. This book set a lot of stuff in place. I'm good with it. I'm really looking forward to the next one. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of heartbreak coming up. I do want to, I'm going to be like, one of those expert comic book YouTube or comic book web pages, all right? Like AIPT and Newsarama and freaking CBS, whatever the hell some of those stupid things are, comic book resources, CBR, right? I'm going to be like all those guys and report on a tweet because I have no life. Anyway, Kelly Thompson said that she just finished issue number 5 a couple days ago and she couldn't stop crying, like racked with tears kind of crying. Yo, I get kind of emotional too, and I'm just saying that's not cool. Like, I don't need that in my life, man. But I am looking forward to it. So issue 5 is done. Well, it's written. Here's issue 2, just came out today. Bruh, I'm down with it. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of the series. I am out, guys. Like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.